Thank you all. And a special thanks to the Connaught Golf Club for the lovely snacks and lunch. It sure hit the spot. I didn't realize how hungry everybody was going to be. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. My name's David Andrews, and I am the chair of the Top 7 Over 70 Committee for Southeast Alberta. I'm pleased to welcome you all as we gather for this highly anticipated announcement of the 2024 Top 7 Over 70 Award recipients. I've been fortunate to chair a very effective volunteer committee dedicated to the production of the Top 7 Over 70 program for Southeastern Alberta. The members of this executive committee are Nikki Gray, who unfortunately tested positive yesterday. She's the organizer of today's event, a masterful job, and unfortunately she hasn't been able to come and enjoy the fruits of her labor. Nikki Gray, Francis Barnes, Myrna Stark, Jim MacArthur, Todd O'Reilly, and Peter Donnelly. I also want to acknowledge a few others. The board of directors from the Community Foundation of Medicine Hat in Southeastern Alberta. And there are several here today. I'm sorry I didn't have Nikki here to keep track of you, so I'm not going to introduce you. And past board members of the Community Foundation. So it's wonderful to have your support. Your vision and the support have been instrumental in making this event possible. I also want to thank our generous sponsors who believe in the Foundation's work and the Top 7 Over 70 initiative, and the sponsors have been showing up listed from time to time on the screen. A special thank you goes out to the dedicated volunteers who have poured their time and energy into this initiative. Your efforts have truly brought us to this moment. And of course, a very warm welcome to our 7 recipients. We're eager to share your inspiring stories with everyone. Our Community Foundation is proud to follow in the footsteps of Calgary's Top 7 Over 70 initiative, celebrating individuals who continue to inspire us beyond the age of 70. By highlighting the remarkable achievements of older adults, initiatives like Top 7 Over 70 emphasize the importance of recognizing and celebrating them. These efforts not only promote active participation and continued learning, but also reinforce our society's vitality and resilience across various fields, including philanthropy, agriculture, arts and culture, health and recreation, science, and more. Land acknowledgement. I am thankful to live, work, and play in the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples of the Treaty 7 region and Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. I respect the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our community. We're joined today by one of our regional MLAs, Justin Wright. Justin, I'll ask you to bring our greetings from the Government of Alberta.
thank you, David. I appreciate that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Justin Wright. I'm the MLA for the charming constituency of Cypress Medicine Hat, and it is a great honor to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the government of Alberta to such a really prestigious and amazing event. I want to extend a great warm greeting to the remarkable nominees for the 7 over 70 award. I apologize. First, let me commend the Community Foundation of Medicine Hat in Southeastern Alberta for bringing this inspirational initiative to our region, to our community, showing the strength of what our community and what it brings. The hard work, determination that has built our community into the great and thriving region that we are. This program shines a spotlight on the extraordinary contributors, as there are not always these folks that get the recognition that they deserve for their contributions. There are senior citizens, our generation of knowledge, and most importantly, those that have laid the foundation for the success and greatness we experience now. We all know community impact knows no age limit. To all the nominees, your dedication to making a difference in our community is truly admirable. You embody the spirit of lifelong engagement, and it reminds us that our potential and contributions may not be seen in the immediate, but they lay down the future for success that we will come to know for generations. To the committee selecting these folks, you have a very tall task to select the best of the best. And while not everybody will be selected, the legacy of impact of every single one of these members will be felt throughout our community. I'm particularly excited about how this initiative will inspire younger generations to see the great new emerging innovations that will come from people striving to live in the legacy of our winners in October. It sends a powerful message of the value of experience, the importance of lifelong learning, and the endless possibilities of what lie ahead. To the soon-to-be announced recipients, congratulations in advance. Your selection is a testament to your innovative spirit, your positive change, and your recognition that life is always about more than just ourselves. It's about the impact and building community. Thank you for all of your contributions, and thank you for making Cypress Medicine Hat, in my opinion, the best constituency in all of Alberta. You've brought vibrancy and inspiring thoughts and actions to all of us. I hope to learn more as we continue on in this process of the top 7 over 70 and to celebrate the achievements of those who are selected at the gala in October. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Your colleague and fellow MLA for Southeastern Alberta, Premier Danielle Smith, has confirmed that she'll be joining us at the gala event in October. The Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta was founded 30 years ago by rancher, philanthropist John Ignatius. Incidentally, John was 76 years of age at the time. When the concept of top 7 over 70 came to the Community Foundation, the board of directors seized the opportunity to initiate a top 7 over 70 program for Southeastern Alberta. The Community Foundation proudly acknowledges and celebrates the vital role that older adults play in shaping our communities. Built on the core pillars of we grow, we give, we inspire, the Foundation's Top 7 over 70 initiative embodies the We Inspire pillar by honoring extraordinary achievements after the age of 70 and serving as a beacon of inspiration for future generations. This initiative demonstrates that age is no barrier to innovation, creativity, or making a meaningful impact on our society. To help tell the Community Foundation story, I draw your attention to a video that will be shown on the screen.
How do you make a difference in someone's life within a single moment? Do you use your talents and abilities? Do you lend a helping hand? Or do you give somebody a meaningful but unexpected gift? What if you could repeat that moment again and again? At the Community Foundation, this is how we support and sustain strong communities across Southeast Alberta. When you make a donation through us, it is never spent. It is invested. The investment income then creates a continuous stream of funding for any charity of your choice. So long after you're gone, your donation will continue to give for generations to come. This is how we create a legacy. What will be yours? The Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta. Vibrant, healthy, caring communities. Today, tomorrow, forever.
The Top 7 Over 70 initiative was founded in 2017 by renowned Alberta oil patch pioneer and engaged philanthropist Jim Gray. The Top 7 Over 70 Gala event in Calgary has become one of the premier social events of the year. We intend for the Top 7 Over 70 event to be that for Southeastern Alberta as well. Here's a little video of Jim Gray talking about 7 Over 70 in his own words.
You know, we live in this wonderful community called Calgary, in this province called Alberta. And over the years, I've been very, very fortunate to meet countless numbers of Calgarians who make this city a better place to live in each and every day. And I've long been particularly inspired by the work and achievements of people who have passed that traditional retirement age. And frankly, there are many people who are 70, who are 80, and who are older that are making quiet but astonishing contributions. Instead of slowing down, they're speeding up. I've also noticed over the years that several award programs exist that recognize the contribution of younger people. The top 20 under 20, the top 40 under 40. In fact, years ago, I remember reading about one that celebrated the top 15 under 15 swimmers in Eastern Europe. But there hasn't been a similar programs that recognize the contribution of seniors until now. But that is about to change. And importantly, we are not referring to legacy accomplishments of seniors, awards that you get after 70 for all the things that you did before you were 70. We're talking about new ventures and new contributions in many, many different fields. We, Calgary's Top 7 Over 70 Committee, seem to be the first group in Canada and possibly further afield that recognizes the accomplishments that were started by people after the age of 70. And this is our distinguishing feature. It's important to note that seniors represent untapped and expanding power and potential that can help us turn our economy around. A recent Canada West Foundation report that our organization commissioned found that seniors and startups are a powerful combination when working together. They can help create jobs. They can revitalize the economy. They can lead to better health and better well-being for Canada's maturing population. The Economist, in a July the 8th special report entitled "The New Old," expanded on this subject. They reported that multi-generational teams outperform their unigenerational competitors. Deutsche Bank, for example, is deploying multi-generational teams with great success. The Top 70 over 70, together with Calgary Economic Development, is raising funds from our program here this evening for future intergenerational workshops and roundtable programs that will foster this development. We will be shining a spotlight on seniorpreneurs. We are also raising money for the Calgary Seniors Resource Society, an innovative organization that works to keep local seniors healthy and independent through a variety of programs. Now, we want to thank each and every one of you for attending this inaugural celebration. We also want to thank our community partners, our patrons, and the sponsors of the Top 70 over 70. We couldn't do it without your vision and commitment to the community. And thanks for your support of this new program as we celebrate 7 exceptional individuals, the Top 7 over 70, who inspire us, each and every one of us in the room, each and every day. You know, I hate the word retire. And the seniors are living longer. So they've got a lot to contribute, and a lot they are contributing. They just don't talk about it.
It always feels good to have recognition. It encourages you to just keep on going.
When we first began talking about the concept of 7 over 70, we knew it was an idea whose time has come.
Top 7 over 70 is a very, very unique program.
We know of no other program that honors what people do after the age of 70.
The 7 over 70 is just a great recognition of individuals who have made tremendous contribution to community, business, our society.
It's inspirational, it's motivational for others.
They stand as inspiring examples of what it means to be active and engaged at any age.
I've been amazed at the range and breadth of what these seniors, I call them, are achieving.
People still have faith in me, and I think that that's what everyone in my age group needs.
Whether you're young, whether you're old, you can all contribute. And when we all contribute, we get a stronger community. And when we have a stronger community, we have a stronger way of life.
And this is the 3rd biannual Top 7 over 70 Award, one of the most amazing evenings we get to have in Calgary, and I would say that I get to be part of in the country.
The gala is when we come to life. But there's a key component of the gala, and that is the on-stage performance.
Last 2 years hasn't been easy for everyone, but tonight it proves that we are back.
We're in difficult times. Everything's changing. So everybody has to be on deck. It's more important than ever before to utilize and capitalize upon the talents of seniors.
You know, you often think, well, what can I do when I'm older? But I have found out I can be busy every day of my life.
The companion arrangement is the Intergen investment program.
The primary focus of Intergen is to match talent of seniors with young, bright entrepreneurs. And the energy and the coalition of the happening together has been magnificently successful.
Seniors are real connectors. They put people together. 2 and 2 can equal 5, 6.
Intergen's been there to support us from an investment perspective, and then, as I said, the intellectual capital side as well. So that's been, an incredible asset to us.
Let's look at a couple of things that we initiated this year. The first one is the Noble Neighbors. The Noble Neighbors was an initiative that we put together to recognize those in the community that are doing neat things. Another initiative I'm really excited about is the Top 7 in a Box. And this was a new thing that we just tried this year with 2 senior centers, and where we are bringing the gala to the center themselves.
Let's hear it for our seniors watching. Give them a big wave and a round of applause. Thanks for being here. Yay!
What has surprised me is how aggressively Calgary has embraced this idea.
On behalf of my council colleagues and all Calgarians, I want to congratulate the top 7 over 70 award recipients.
Every show's a sellout. We're raising over $500,000 this year in sponsorships.
I can see these kinds of things happening all over, across Calgary, across Alberta, across Canada.
Our dream is that one day, this wonderful Calgary success becomes the top 70 over 70 from coast to coast.
This one's kind of easy to sell. It's easy to sell because it's fun.
Any other audience, I could have said, oh, I'm just having a seniors moment, but you can't really get away with that here.
It's easy to sell because it's different. It's easy to sell because it's got a purpose.
Those 7 people remind me that life is not just worth living, it's worth living well, no matter what your age is.
We're just like this. We're all related. But we're showing the way. It gives those of us that are associated with this project great comfort to be able to help to shine a little light on the achievements of these very distinguished people.
Wow.
Jim Gray is an interesting guy, and probably one of the most rewarding parts of being part of this here was the chance to get to know him a little bit. He's 95 years old. Who else do we know that's that old, Jake? You know, Saturday. Happy birthday, Jake. Okay. That was totally impromptu. I wasn't supposed to do that. Anyway, Jim Gray's going to be at the gala event at Medelta in October, so don't miss the opportunity to get to know this tremendous Albertan. I now call on Jim MacArthur, board member and committee chairman for Top 7 over 70. Jim is the Endowment Development Committee chair and responsible for actually producing the October 10th gala. And I'm asking Jim to come forward and say a few words in appreciation for our sponsors.
Well, thanks, David. No pressure or not. We're looking forward to a great gala, and isn't it a wonderful day to gather and show our appreciation and celebrate the achievements of a remarkable group of people who are over the age of 70. I guess I need to move this up a little bit. Okay. The Top 7 over 70 is a new initiative for the Community Foundation, and like most new undertakings, it requires hard work and collaboration to make it successful. Part of that collaboration comes from partnerships, and as an organization, we are so fortunate to have the support of a group of sponsors who we see as our partners. Our sponsors have been generous with funding and share our vision to shine the spotlight, as Justin just mentioned, on the contributions that seniors make to our community and to our society. And so, on behalf of the Community Foundation, our organizing committee, I say thank you very much to our sponsors. We really could not do it without you. We really appreciate your support and are very pleased that some of you could be here with us today. And that leads me to introduce the presenting sponsor, Leith Wheeler Investment council. And here with a few words is Jerry Cooner. Jerry?
Yeah, thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And what I will say is it's a partnership. And that's exactly the way our firm views it. Is it's not just about, working with the Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta, but it's being able to actually contribute to the community, contribute to the investments that you make, the impact that you make. And that's very important from our firm perspective. So I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for partnering with us since 2017. And we always want to make an impact in the community. And that's always the biggest thing from our firm perspective. So we are really pleased to be part of the inaugural Top 7 over 70 for Southeastern Alberta. It's an event that celebrates and exemplifies that life beyond 70 is filled with achievements and new opportunities. I just turned 55, and I thought that was an achievement. And then they talk about being active and engaged. And it's hard enough at this age, but it's incredible that people over the age of 70 can continue to contribute, be active members of our society, be philanthropists, be entrepreneurs, and give back to the next generation. It's just amazing to see. And I just want to commend all of the honorees for that. And obviously for their contributions and their resilience in their respective industries and in their respective fields. So a shout out to everyone here for that. A little bit about our firm, Leith Wheeler Investment Counsel. You probably haven't heard of us. We're Vancouver based. I'm in the Calgary office. Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta had never heard of us until I knocked on their door in 2017. And here we are today partnering with them, investing side by side with them to make an impact in their community. While we spend much of our time analyzing companies, building client portfolios, we don't want that to be our legacy as a firm or as individual owners of our firm. We don't want to reflect just investment performance. We believe in community, we believe in family, and in building these things up where we can. So we embrace philanthropy as an integral part of our culture, partnering with communities of our clients by providing not only education, but financial support and sharing our time and expertise. So beyond the boardroom, we sit on boards, we volunteer, we donate, not because we have to, but because that's in our DNA and we want to. So we're inspired by the work the Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta does to foster a vibrant, healthy, and caring community, and we're excited to continue supporting them within the community in the future. Top 7 over 70 reminds us to rethink what's possible at any age and to celebrate the limitless potential of life after the age of 70. Again, I want to congratulate all of the honorees, and we look forward in recognizing the recipients on October 10th at the gala. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jerry. You know, the credibility of the management of the $28 million endowment funds of the Community Foundation of Southeastern Alberta is of the utmost importance to the foundation, but also to the donors. One of the first questions when we talk to donors, potential donors, is what kind of a rate of return will my investment in the Community Foundation have? And we have a very positive message in that regard. And Leith Wheeler continues to have our confidence in their role as our fund managers. Well, I suppose we could have a drum roll. because the next lady has just done a masterful amount of work for this committee. One of the most daunting tasks of the Top 7 over 70 initiative has been the nomination process. And here to speak to this is past board chair, Community Foundation ambassador, and Top 7 over 70 committee member, Frances Barnes.
I've never had a drum roll before, so I'm a little taken back. I want to start off with a true story as to how I got to be the chair of the nomination committee. When we're talking about all the different things that needed to be done, the different committees, and I was like, oh, that's going to be easy. I'm going to take that one because that'll be the easiest one. And then we had our first meeting, and it was like, oh, if I don't get any nominations, we don't have a gala. Holy Hannah, there's a lot of pressure on me. So I had to step it up. I thought I was taking the easy route, and I didn't. But as those nominations came in, I was so amazed at being able to. I was the first line, the first person who got to read them, and they were amazing. I'm saying today, and even as I talk, I get goosebumps just thinking about the things that these people are doing, making such a change in our environment, in our communities. I did not do this alone. This was very much a group effort. One of the people who sat on my committee, there were 4 of us here in Medicine Hat. Gerald Sept is here right now. Thanks, Gerald. Ron Pennington he hasn't come. He was also here, and Luke Barrio was also on my committee. So the 4 of us would meet, and we would decide, like, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? And Susan Turner is in Calgary, but she became part of our executive, and I always say, she never lets grass grow under her feet. She was forever. Frances, I've talked to these people in Wayne. Frances, I've talked to, and so she became my head of the ambassadors. And I had ambassadors all throughout the whole area. And it was really in a large part due to Susan Turner. And she's not here today, but she will be at the gala if you have a chance to meet her. She is amazing. So she helped me get these ambassadors together. These people are very busy. The only time we could meet was 9 o'clock Sunday morning. So we would have a Zoom call. At the beginning, it was sort of once every month, and then it was once every 2 weeks. And then it and I was just like, spread the word. So they got it out. But one of the things that came out at one of those meetings, initially I said, I want 20, 30 nominations. And one of the ambassadors said, whoa, less is more, Frances. Because he said, you're going to have to pick. You don't really want. And I was like, oh, you're right. I don't. And so kind of, stepped back. And then the nominations started coming. And first it was a bit of a trickle. And then it was like, then there was a few more. And then there was a few more. And then the very last weekend, whoosh, we got a number of them in the very last weekend. And I left because I'm a procrastinator, because that would have so been me if I'd nominated somebody. It would have been that last weekend. So anyways, it did become a really quite a hard challenge for us. We had a matrix that the Calgary board had given us, because you meet these people and hear their stories. They're all so different. How do you decide? And so this gave us a way to kind of give some points and give us a little, so we could more so compare apples to apples. And but it was not easy by any means. All of the nominations were amazing, and but we had to pick 7. It was 7 over 70, and so that's what we had to do. So I just want you to know it was a group effort. I came here by accident, but I just feel so lucky to have been able to be a part of this. I also just want to give one shout out. Martha Gu, who is one of our recipients, she's got her Adopt a Pond book out at the end of that table. And if you are interested in adopting a pond, she would like you to sign up. So I thought I'd just slip that in at the very end. Thank you very much for coming. I hope to see you all at the gala.
Yeah, so we tried to find somebody with some passion for that job. was quite a process, and I don't think any of us would ever want to have missed it, and I'm not sure I want to do it again. It was hard. It was a hard decision. So now it's time and in my privilege to invite you to join me in celebrating the following 2024 Top 7 over 70 Southeast Alberta Award recipients. And when I'm going to call your name, and it's in alphabetical order, but I will ask you either just to wave or stand so everybody knows who you are while I read a couple of words about what you've been are receiving the award for. First on my list is Jake Eckert. Jake is from Brooks, and he's joined by two of his daughters and his nominator, Inge Ellefson. So Jake was 88 years old when he published a book. It is the story of his family's history of escape from persecution, violence, and tyranny. Jake's story is relevant to us as it continues to repeat itself among newcomers to our communities. When I meet with them from time to time, and I always ask them, why here? Why did you come here? Why do you stay here? And they almost always say, because we feel safe. Jake wanted to tell the story so his family and others would be reminded of the values instilled in him by his mother. Kindness, help your neighbor, and support your community. Congratulations, Jake. The next one is Deborah Forbes. And Deborah was here this morning, but if you know her, you know she's a passionate educator and she's teaching a class this afternoon. So unfortunately, we pay a price for that. But she is an amazing lady. I met her this morning, and I will read this about her. Deborah is to be congratulated on the completion of a Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Westminster this year. The exciting new project for which she has been chosen to be a Top 7 over 70 recipient is a new artistic venture with her solo exhibition series entitled Sea Jellies, Next Generation. She has created a body of work that merges scientific observation with artistic expression. The series has been featured at the Esplanade Gallery and the Monarch Theatre and is set to tour across the country in 2026 to 2028. Deborah's commitment to artistic expression, as well as her continuing career as an educator, combined with her many volunteer activities across the spectrum in Medicine Hat, makes her a very deserving recipient of this award. And you can meet Deborah if you come to the gala in October. Number 3, Nancy Hansen. Oh, she's not here. I'm sorry. I missed that. She's from Oyen. And I'm really sorry because I've been looking forward to meeting this lady. For me, she most exemplifies what the Top 7 over 70 award is all about. After a lifetime spent in agriculture, working on the farm, she has become a self-taught photographer of some renown. She is a naturalist who used her knowledge to inspire her photography. She is also a publisher of wonderful postcards that combine photographs with meaningful poetry. She's given away hundreds of these to friends and strangers alike. And at the age of 72, Nancy added writing to her many accomplishments, and her stories based on the Red Deer River area are evolving from short stories to books. Her newest venture will be to produce some of her stories told in her own voice for distribution. This caused a whole new learning experience around mastering the technology for these new products. And that's Nancy Hansen. Martha Muntzke. Well, Francis kind of jumped the gun on this one. Anyway, Martha had an idea. She initiated the Adopt a Pond volunteer program for Medicine Hat and Redcliffe. Over 75 volunteers have taken on the challenge of cleaning up ponds and other water bodies in their communities. It just goes to show how a simple but very eloquent idea can activate volunteers and make a difference. At over 80 years of age, Martha exemplifies community involvement with her tireless efforts to promote environmental stewardship. Her work is recognized by the Society of Grasslands Naturalists and the Southeast Alberta Watershed Alliance. Congratulations, Martha. And Blair. There he is. The King of Cypress County. If you want to know why Blair is one of the top 7 over 70 award recipients, all you need to do is drive down the highway and look at the new Dunmore Community Ranch Arena. We will give Blair a bit of bling as part of the award, but the trophy rewarding his persistence and hard work is that arena. Blair has a long history of involvement in his community, particularly in sports and rodeo. The Dunmore Community Ranch Arena celebrates our livestock and agricultural roots and will be an asset to all our communities for generations. Congratulations, Blair. Bill Yule, and Bill Yule is not available to be with us today for Medicine Hat as well. Drew Barnes nominated Bill, and if you have anything you want to talk about or ask questions about, Drew is here to speak for Bill. Bill Yule is a name to conjure with when it comes to philanthropy in Medicine Hat and southeastern Alberta. His contributions are legendary. More recently, Bill's foresight, contribution, and philanthropy are responsible for the Marjorie Yule Cancer Center at the Medicine Hat Regional Hospital. This development makes it possible for cancer patients from across southeastern Alberta to receive their life-saving treatments at Medicine Hat. And that's congratulations to Bill Yule. From Brooks, Wilma. Wilma came to one of our Brooks Rotary Club meetings to talk about the Dress a Girl program that is aimed at reducing the very real issue of child abduction and the slave trade. She made a huge impression on us. And one of our members, who's here, Larry, nominated her for the Top 7 Over 70 award. She came to that meeting with a friend because Wilma thought she was too shy. When you get the chance to meet her, you will realize that Wilma's passion for Dress a Girl has totally overcome her shyness. The Dress a Girl program makes dresses for vulnerable girls, ensuring they appear well-dressed and cared for, thus less likely to be targeted for abduction. Wilma has developed teams of sewers and volunteers who canvass thrift stores and sales for material wherever she goes, and has become a recognized voice for Dress a Girl in Canada. Congratulations, Wilma. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your top 7 over 70 award winners for 2024. One last little chore. I'm going to ask Jim to come back up and introduce a personality who you're going to hear a lot more from if you come to the gala.
Well, thanks again, David. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce our MC for October the 10th, and it's David Paulson. And David and I go back more years than either of us would care to admit. And I used to work in the fair business, and we put on rodeos, and Dave was our rodeo announcer. And I would be racing up the stairs to the announcer's stand with a scrap of paper, illegible handwriting, no grammar, and certainly words misspelled, and turn to Dave and say, "Dave?" And he would, in about 2 or 3 seconds, change that to this eloquent flow of English that would go out to thousands of people in the grandstand. And so I have always been very, very grateful to Dave for his abilities, and have really treasured his friendship. So Dave, I'm doing it to you again today. Could you please come up? It was a bit unannounced. He came in and didn't know that there was any official duty. So Dave, if you could come up here and just say hi to everyone, I'd sure appreciate it.
Foundation members, honorees, I'm absolutely knocked out with the stories of these 7 people, first of all. And sponsors as well who make this possible. Jim, let me just say this, Jim's right. I actually contacted Jim yesterday to say, now Jim, I don't have any function, right? He said, no, just come and enjoy lunch. Sit around, visit with people. So clearly, Jim MacArthur cannot be trusted. But, and so I got here today and he said, well, turns out I would like you to say a few words because they need to hear your voice. And so I said, well, I don't have anything to say. He said, tell a joke. So I thought, I'm not really a joke teller, but, everybody in this room, I think especially, are young at heart. So I'll tell you something that happened just the other day. I happened to run, and so I was jogging down the street, and I came to this one house, and there were 2 young boys sitting on the porch, and I could hear them talking, and it turned out they were brothers. And I don't know, 7, 6 years old, something like that. And the older brother said to the younger brother, he said, I think we should learn to swear. And the younger brother said, hey, that's a good idea, yeah. And the older brother said, so here's what I think we'll do. I'll say hell, and you say damn. And the younger brother says, hey, that sounds great to me. Well, pretty soon, now I'm watching because I'm thinking, what's going on here? Pretty soon, Mom comes out onto the porch. And she says to the older brother, she says, and what would you like for breakfast? And the kid said, well, what the hell? I think I'll have cornflakes. she whacked him upside the ear and sent him ki-eyeing into the house. Then she turned to the little brother and she said, "And what would you like for breakfast?" He says, "I don't know, but I damn sure don't want any of those cornflakes." So I just want to say I am so honored to be a part of the gala upcoming and to be part of this amazing, amazing program. Thank you so much.
So we're looking forward to more of that in October. The Top 7 Over 70 program is not about celebrating extraordinary people. It is about celebrating ordinary people who have done extraordinary things after the age of 70. This event today and the gala to follow provides us with a wonderful opportunity to meet 7 very special people. The Top 7 Over 70 award recipients for 2024. Please join us on October the 10th at the inaugural Top 7 Over 70 Gala. It's at the Medelta Historic Site, where we will share the inspiring stories of these award recipients. Tickets can be purchased online through the Community Foundation website. Once again, thank you to our incredible sponsors and everyone who has made this event so special. Your support is truly appreciated. And also thanks for the continuing support for the Community Foundation from media across Southeast Alberta. They've sure done us proud today. Please feel free to stay around to continue visiting and take this opportunity to meet the recipients. We hope to see you on October 10th for the gala. Safe travels home.